Hello and welcome to the ScatterVolt channel, and today let's have a talk. This video is going to serve as my general end of the year update slash recap video because I think it'd be useful to go over what's happened with the channel over the last year and maybe to get a little bit into what's been happening behind the scenes that I haven't necessarily talked about in public or on my social media, because I think would be helpful maybe for you guys to know if you want. It does pertain to the title of this video. It's not clickbait. But regardless, I did something like this last year where I kind of just let out what I was thinking about at that point of the year, and I think it'd be really useful to make another one of those going into 2022. But before I get into any of that, I just want to make this clear right now. This is a prime opportunity to tell me, or I guess give feedback on any ideas or things that you want to see uploaded on this channel for 2022. If you have any ideas or thoughts, put them in the comments and I'll look through every single one of them. If it has no upvotes or 100 upvotes, I'll treat all of them equally. And seriously, I mean, I have a content strategy for next year, but having ideas directly from you guys for, of course, what you want to see in the channel is really helpful too. So feel free to do that if you totally want to. So before we get into the real meat of this video, I want to give a quick thank you to our sponsor. So I hear you haven't activated your gaming PC yet. You have that activate Windows watermark in the bottom right of your screen. Don't worry, I'm going to show you how to get rid of it by actually activating your PC through VIP SCD key in under a minute. All right, by now, I'm going to log in. See, that is in our cart. Let's go ahead and check out. That is 16 bucks. Let's go and type in our code VIP scatter, submit order. I'm gonna go ahead and pay for this through PayPal. That's just how I wanna do it. All right, your order has been created successfully. All right, view keys and codes. Get the key. There's our key right there. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and click change product key. Product key, I'm gonna go ahead and type it in. Okay, hit next. Activate. Is this gonna work? Place your bets. Windows is activated. We've activated this copy of Windows and we only paid 16 bucks for it. So if you want to activate your gaming PC quick, easy, and simple, do it through VIPSCDkey.com. I'll have a link to the Windows 10 Pro key that I use, as well as other keys that they offer down at the top of the description below. Okay, so 2021 statistically has easily been my worst year on YouTube, probably in comparison to my first year that I ever did YouTube. And a lot of those stem from me, my channel, but of course, as many of you guys can predict, a lot of the hardware shortages that have been impacting the overall interest of PC gaming on YouTube. And I guess it maybe came at the worst time or the best time. It really depends for me, because at this time last year, I was wrapping up a computer engineering degree, super stressed out. I was trying to fulfill video stuff on my own since my old editor ditched me at like the worst possible moment while trying to graduate at the same time. And luckily I did, on top of doing all these other things, but I got so worn after all that from the December of 2020. And I just had to take a break, which is why I didn't upload until like mid-January. And even then that was pretty all right, but around then I was looking at moving out of my current house that I was renting with a roommate, because the living situation that I was previously in, that isn't where this new studio is in, was not helpful for me at all. Mentally, it was just so much. Like, a lot of things happened at once in February that just made me want to move. I won't get too much into it, but I love my old roommate. I just don't want to live with him. He's an awesome friend, but I just wouldn't want to. I really needed a place with my own independence and not a puppy that I was inadvertently forced to raise because he couldn't, because he was in the process of having his startup acquired, which is awesome for him, but I gotta take care of his 7-week-old puppy, and I totally didn't sign up for it. And that took up so much time in February and March and from there on out. And I'm like, I can't continue YouTube in this household. So that's why I'm here in this new studio with this new look, because I moved into a new city, new house that I bought for myself. Luckily, I think at a pretty good price, given how ludicrous some of the market prices have been, which I bought in May at the last moment. Like, seriously, I was visiting all these cities, touring all these houses and townhouses, and none of them were working out. And then I come back to my old house and I'm like, this is so crappy. And then like on my last attempt, and I was seriously debating with my parents if I should move into their old household for a little bit, which would completely halt my YouTube production. This house that I'm in popped up and everything looked good. And I, like within 3 hours of that posting, talked to the realtor, went and drove to the place the day after and made an offer. And then 2 days after that, it got accepted. So it was a lot. So if you were also wondering why uploads were slow from like the months of July to September, that's because I was moving. And it's a lot for one person to like get the logistics down of moving an entire YouTube studio on your own, especially when your roommate can't exactly help you out, or your roommates, I guess, because they're part of a startup and they're just always busy. And just doing all that on your own, especially when not many of your friends could help you out because they were also moving on from the college lifestyle and moving into full-time jobs. So things that I would be doing throughout the day, they were already working on for themselves. Yeah, it was really taxing on me. And at one point it was looking a little bit grim. Like I want to say around August, because I hadn't uploaded for so long, and with the overall decline of interest in PC gaming on YouTube, revenue actually got kind of scary. It got frighteningly low, and even worse for my affiliate links on Amazon. And at that point, I was really only banking on sponsorships at that point. And at one point I was just like, am I gonna be able to like juggle this mortgage, other things, taxes, and eventually now this Europe trip I'm gonna be going on in December, which is all paid for, so that's all done for. But it was a bit stressful because I was uploading a little bit. Like my first video back didn't do as good as I hoped, and I kind of just stopped making those videos entirely, those GPU and CPU combo videos. And yeah, it was definitely scary. Even that PC build video that I uploaded right after that first $500 gaming PC build that I posted back in September, within the first hour, the view count was really, really high, and still is the best like 1 hour view count out of all this year. But still, like, it didn't do as hard as like a regular PC build video. My last one that I uploaded definitely is doing better, but I mean, that's just the overall interest of my channel and PC gaming just at an all-time low. And it got a little bit scary, but thankfully I really cranked it up in October and November. And even just with my efforts, I've been able to turn that around a little bit. And I want the momentum to continue into next year, but it was kind of heavy in September. I was worried if I was able to do all these things that I wanted to do with my newfound independence. And I really didn't want financials to be the reason why I couldn't, which would be really stupid because up until that point, I was doing fantastic for myself, but things just happened to turn that way. And it's so funny. Like I graduate college, pay off my car, get a good down payment on this house, all good to go. And then just the worst economic slump I've had since doing YouTube just hits all at once, on top of trying to build this new studio. And it just felt so unfair, especially since I was a one-man team still. And yeah, but no, seriously, I do feel burnt out. There's just a lot that just happened on my end that I haven't completely talked about. And I've tried to keep away from the video making process, but a lot of it's been solved and a lot of it's been done and all that. But at points like this, I almost want to hire like a team and an editor, but I'm not comfortable yet financially to do that. I want to make sure my taxes are all good since I just bought this house, but I could use some help, and I'm probably going to look into it for next year. That's a goal of mine. Which, should we get into the goals? Okay, so number one, we want better audio. I'm kind of done with this audio setup. The room that I'm in, it should have had better acoustics than my old room, because I know that one had audio problems and we were even talking about it in the comment sections. But this one, all this right here are sound panels, and there's still like sound just bouncing all over the place. So there is one more wall right here I can do some sound treatment on that also kind of would make it look like a set. I want to almost continue this dark theme because I don't see many other YouTubers doing it. Like there's all this RGB color and white and finesse stuff, and I wanted to go for a little bit more of a muted, clean black look because I wanted to do something different from everyone else, and I think it's almost like maybe a little bit of a reflection of the current state of PC gaming, which is it's in a bit of a dark age where no one can get graphics cards for a good price. So I'm gonna roll with it. I think you guys have been enjoying it too, and I'm still trying to perfect how it looks on my A7S III and grading and all that, and trying to nail exposure correctly all the time. So I think I'm gonna continue with that unless some of you guys really object against it in the comments. But yeah, there's still more room I can play with in this small room, but this isn't even the main studio of the house. There's one more big space in my house that I have not actually touched, and that is actually gonna be the future studio space and one of the reasons why I bought this house, because it's just a large space that I can make my own like real home, like stand-up studios in, but I just haven't financially been comfortable going forth in that. And I kind of want to just wait and see until like taxes are all done. That really is the limiting factor right now. Taxes scared me so much this year because I had to pay off my student loans, paid off my car, and I made a bunch of money, and I had to pay so much in taxes, and it scarred me after that. And I don't think I'll pay as much in taxes this year, but I did buy this house and I did pay off the other half of my student loans, so we'll see. So since I'm still a one-man team, I really want to make the overall video making process more streamlined to help video consistency, and I really think that could be assisted with making a permanent set somewhere. So this has kind of been a set, but I've still had to like move around with it. It'd be really awesome if I could just have like a table and a background set up unchanged, and I just plop a chair, plop a tripod and like the marked spots on the floor, and just get straight to filming. I think that'd be super useful. Maybe even fixing some permanent lights. That would really minimize like the time it takes to actually get to one of these sets and making the video. And this has actually helped a little bit too. Not having to do my hair in some of my more recent videos has seriously like saved an hour. I mean, it sounds so small, like how does not doing your hair like save you that much time? But it really just has to deal with willpower and just wanting to do it. Because there's some days that I don't want to like do my hair and look all nice on camera. I just want to have a cap and just get straight to filming, kind of like this at like night where I'm just kind of tired. More or less, I want to hopefully get to the point where I can streamline making videos as low as 3 days if it's not a PC build guide. If it's a PC build guide, I have to dedicate like a full week to it because there's such ambitious videos. But anyways, yeah, 3 days a week on a single video, I think would be like a really aggressive goal, but that's what I want for next year because that would help me with video consistency. Also on the topic of videos, and again, if you have any ideas, like shoot them down in the comments. I think I've done a good job at finding my like really big hit videos. Like the videos that you guys come in droves to see once a month and they get really high view counts, but I can't exactly churn them out on a consistent basis. And those would have to be my PC build videos. And I think I've also done a pretty good job in supplementing my channel with help style videos that maybe are kind of like a branch off of this. So stuff around like making a PC, which is helpful, but you don't expect it. Like you don't know what helpful topic is gonna come up next. And the main kind of like empty piece of content for my channel that I need to supply it with that I think will be really useful going forward, because one of my friends on YouTube has done this incredibly well this year, is like a main hub sort of content, like something that you guys can expect every week or every other week. And it's exactly what you would want it to be. And a good example of this would have to be what Greg Salazar has done with his PC Deep Clean and PC Troubleshooting series, because that is like the best example of what I'm trying to talk about. It's something that he's able to produce every week or every other week, and it's exactly what you think, and it's something that viewers can come back to and be like, yes. And right now with my channel, other than the here and there PC build video that comes out like once every 1 to 2 months, it's like a mixed bag on this channel. You don't know what to expect. It could be anything, like, and that's probably the main like content thing I need to work on for next year, is to find a video topic that is consistent and reoccurring enough that you guys like it and come back to on like a series or maybe even a season sort of basis. So I've got the hits, I've got the helps, and I just need the hub now. And if you're wondering where these terms came from, that's because me and my YouTube partner manager have been strategizing on them, which I'm gonna segment for a little bit. I'm so thankful I have her. Funny story. So while I was taking that long break from, what was it? Yeah, June till September, I got an email in July that I got accepted in the YouTube partner program. And I was like, no way. As in like getting your own partner manager that looks over your channel, helps you out. And I'm like, how could a partner manager help me right now? And I have not uploaded since like June. But surprisingly enough, she was so cool with my situation and what I had gone through. And she helped me get kind of like back to making videos and really pushing them out and actually giving me some insights that I never would have thought before to look into on the analytics on YouTube. And even some like external ideas that she's seen from other content creators that she thought would be helpful for my channel and all these other really helpful things. And I'm so glad that I have her with me, especially during that time in September when I was really doubting if I could have continue having fun making these videos while trying to make a living from it. So I'm really thankful for her. Anyways, that was just a topic we came up with. I'm missing that hub. And the last thing I really want to make a push for in 2022, which could maybe act as that like reoccurring hub sort of content, is to get more into live streaming on my channel. And I think I maybe almost got a little bit of a taste of this when I did that deals live stream on Black Friday. Yes, I'd say about half the stream was answering your guys' questions, which about a quarter of those questions were basic AF and could easily be answered on Google. And actually one of you were like a really smart troll. And we're asking like these specifically really like numbing questions about PC parts. I'm like, where are you going with this? And then I could tell you, well, I could tell he was kind of BSing it, but anyways, I really like that because it was just like a one-on-one experience with the 100 or so viewers that I had tuning into that live stream. And I thought it was kind of chill. And I want to almost strive for that if I were to do it again, like just a weekly chill deals hunting or PC talk live stream, really casual, just something like that, like maybe every Friday evening. I think that'd be really cool. That's an idea that I have. But other than that, doing like a full-on live stream, like PC building thing, I do have the room for it in my new office. I just need to make the push to like set it all up. I have this like auxiliary desk off to the side of my main setup that is kind of intended for that. I just haven't gone around to it because I've been so busy being a one-man team doing all this and getting all the holiday and Black Friday content and traveling and just doing everything on my own. If there's a holdup with me, there's a holdup with my whole production on YouTube. Let's just keep it at that. And that's sort of it for my overall goals for this year. I may think of more things, but if I do, I'm totally gonna throw it on Twitter, which by the way, follow me on Twitter and Twitch and Instagram and TikTok. Those are all in the description below. If you were still listening to me up to that point, you might as well follow my socials. So I'm just politely reminding you. Yeah, I don't know if you guys have noticed, but I haven't been mentioning Discord in those like social media outreaches at the end of my videos because I had to close my channel Discord server. For a good chunk of it was for mental health reasons and just, again, being a one-man team, I need to like remove certain obstacles from my life to help simplify it and pursue more into just pure video making. But yeah, that was one of the things that I did, was I removed my Discord channel associated with my YouTube. And that happened in July too. Yeah, a lot of things have happened, and a lot of which I still don't feel comfortable talking about. But anyways, to get into some final question and answers from you guys on Twitter, these are 3 that I picked out. They were kind of like the only 3 I was worth answering. But just to go ahead and just finish off the video on a good note, to answer from Zuzan on Twitter, with the current state of the pandemic, do you think you can do vlogs on tech meets and expos? I think that'd be super cool. I just know they're gonna get no views. Why make a video when I can just post my little vlogs and things on YouTube stories or Instagram stories or even TikTok? That'd be the smart way to do it. And one of my goals next year, I didn't mention this earlier, but I would love to do more tech expos and go to more like events and conventions like going to the LCS North American in Houston in April, something I'm looking at, as well as like a Halo thing in Kansas City, and maybe possibly Computex. I want to go just because I haven't been to Taiwan, but anyways, yeah. So probably to answer your question, yeah, I think that'd be kind of cool, but it's not going to be in a video. It's going to be on stories on my spare social media. Then moving on to Brendan Cozier. I've seen you a lot. Thanks for sticking around. What are your thoughts for the things that happened this year, and what do you think about doing next year? What are your goals for next year? Well, Brenton, I wish I put this earlier in the video, but I kind of just went into that. Boom, here's the timestamp of all that talk. But yeah, thank you for asking though. Then last question from Francis. I'm not going to attempt to pronounce that last name, but general how to take care of your PC, software and hardware guides. I know it's a common sense, but seriously, most people don't know. I agree with you. And I think I almost did a video similar to that a little bit earlier, like in October, September, which was how to make the most of your current graphics card. I thought that would have been a really smasher video because not everyone can upgrade their graphics card. And I thought it was still a helpful video because I talked about how you can clean out your card, you can do a clean install of graphics card drivers and even overclock it, but it didn't really hit off. Maybe that's because the thumbnail wasn't good, but I totally agree with you. I just think I need to get my channel a little bit more into the YouTube algorithm and to get it kind of in a snowball effect and really have like my notifications pushed out there before I can consider a series like that. Because I think like a helpful like how-to sort of series right now post-holiday season would be really smart, because even if PC building was at a low point this year, still like looking at pre-builts that people may have gotten from the holiday season, they want to know how to maintain their computers or how to make the most of them. And I think those sort of videos would be helpful. So don't get me wrong, I would love to make those videos. I just want to make sure my channel is on a roll. If I put it out like one of those videos right now, it's just gonna bomb. I have to be strategic with my uploads. They all have to be like after I drop a PC build video, because I know that just like starts a cascading effect of views across the board for the videos following that. Oh, and I guess the last thing, I have a short series planned, and it actually kind of revolves around that. A bit more of like a how-to, but it's all gonna be done in under 60 seconds, so it's gonna be super short. So we're gonna see how that pans out, but I wanna make it so that those sort of shorts don't detract away the time from my main videos. Like, it should take less than an hour to make one of those shorts. This is future stuff that I haven't completely gotten into, but I'm definitely thinking of bringing shorts on the channel because I'd say now is the time. It's definitely worth experimenting given the state of my channel, so why not? And I guess I'll end out the video with maybe my like future kaleidoscope predictions of what I'll be doing however many years from now. I think in my last update video last year, I said I wouldn't be doing YouTube for more than 5 years. I think that prediction is now 3. So by 2025, I will have found something to move on from YouTube, still within the filmmaking sphere, hopefully in a bigger space, maybe on a coast, because I was trying to push to move to California, but that wasn't the smartest idea. And to be fair, the state doesn't look the most appealing to go to at the moment. So I'm kind of just biding my time here in this new house and seeing how it all pans out. But I'm definitely working on my filmmaking resume while I'm here in this new city, which is one of the reasons why I moved to it. So then I can have this really attractive looking portfolio and really push it out there and see if it maybe gets anywhere other than me trying to get somewhere. Because like I said, making YouTube videos with how competitive the tech scene has gotten is definitely tiresome. And yeah, I mean, getting a team going would fix that, but I have kind of thoughts post YouTube right now and the things I want to do after it. So I don't necessarily want to build up a team right now and like 3 years from now be like, I'm done. That'd be so unfair because I mean, I just wouldn't want that for those people who'd be working for me. So I want to keep it low key to just a single man for the moment. But hey, I mean, probably an editor here and there wouldn't hurt. So that is it for my long update and recap video. For those of you who have made it to this point in the video, thank you. I know this was just kind of like a raw, kind of like a ranting sort of video, but it really helped me in kind of just organizing what the last year has brought for myself and maybe almost to give myself a little bit of a pat on the back, because I seriously have gone through a lot and I've gone through over many hurdles to get here. But I'm still going, and that's really cool. So thank you guys who have made it to this point in the video. You are the real OGs, and thanks for listening to everything I've had to say. So with all that said, that is it for this video. Thank you so much for watching, and this is the ScatterVolt channel, signing out.